2 dice. Well, let's fire at the infantry. It's an easier target, should be at least. I accidentally threw 3. Let's try it again. A flag, which will be ignored, and a star, so not too good. This one is going to attack this infantry with 1 down only. Should try this tank actually, because my units here are really in trouble. It is a hit. It's a grenade. And a new card for the Germans, which is going to be infantry assault. Russians are playing 2 units in the center and are going to follow it up with, you know what? Well, let's try recon in the center. So 2 units in the center for the Russians. Now I can actually move up with the tanks. And this one, tank is going to fire at this infantry unit with 3 dice. And that's 2 hits. So it's 3-3 as far as the metal count goes. This one, 2 dice against the tanks, a grenade, and a flag. Now, another card for the Russians. It's 2 units over here. The Germans. Yeah. Guess we're going to have to try something, but I'm afraid whatever I do, it's going to annihilate their entire flank over there. Yeah, this doesn't look too good for the Germans, really. Let's do a move out for infantry units of your choice. This one, this one can still fire because it's an elite unit. So this one, I probably do want to leave this one here because it's actually guarding the metal. This one, let's see if it can put a dent in the tanks. So that's 3. And this one will attack the tanks probably as well. 4. Okay, here we go. First off, this one against the tanks because they're a bigger threat. That's 1 tank and a flag, so that's actually pretty good. So the tank has to move out of the woods, and the infantry will move into the woods to have a little bit of cover. Okay. This infantry unit, let's just attack this one. 1 down. That's a flag, which it will ignore because of the sandbags. This one, 2 dice against the tanks. That's 1 hit. And this one will do the same. That's another hit. Okay. New card for the Germans, which is 3 in the center. And the Russians have their recon card in the center, and I guess I will just do the armored assault next. So I'm going to put that one underneath. So 1 unit in the center. Going to retreat this one hex. And let's just fire with that one. 3, 2, 1, or 3, 2, 1. Well, okay. The infantry over here. That's a miss. So I'm going to draw 2 new cards and keep the best one, move out, and recon 1. Okay, that's easy. Let's make the move out. The Germans, what are they going to do? They could use 3 in the center, perhaps. That is not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, 3 in the center for the Germans. So this one is going to go after the tanks. Could move 3. I guess I'll just move 2. Okay, that's another one in the center, and let's just use the artillery, which I haven't really done yet. Okay, this one. Well, first let me first just try that one with 3 dice. That's 2 hits, and it's another middle. So that Russian tank really didn't get to do too much. I could move forward. Well, why not? Let's try and get closer to the middle objective, which is the village over there. Okay. This one is going to fire at this infantry unit with 1 die. It's a flank, which it will ignore. This one, 3, 3, 2, 2, is going to fire at this infantry unit. That's a grenade and a flag, but the flag will be ignored. And a new card for the Germans is a counterattack. So an armor assault for the Russians, and I guess I'll pick 2 on this side next. Yeah, armored assault. Well, it's a shame I lost that one. This one is just going to move into the woods. After which you can't do anything, but I did get to order 1. And I have, of course, 3 more tank units over here. Well, this one can go. Maybe I want to be a bit careful with that one. It is in close assault, obviously. I could also move forward. Well, it will still be in close assault. Guess I'm going to move this one out of the woods anyway. Won't get the extra die, but I do get to order all of them. Here. This one, just have to be a bit careful with it. This one is going to obviously attack this one, the lone German tank unit, which only has 1 figure left, so should be a good choice. And this one, well, it could attack this one, not a bad idea. So first this one with 4 dice because it's in close assault. No, that's 2 flags. Yeah, over there, but it can do an armor overrun, and the extra die still applies. So it will go after the same unit, obviously. Again, the 4 dice. Now, there's more than enough hits. So 4, 4. This one will roll against that one with 2 dice. Normally it would be 1, now it's 2. It's 2 hits. This one has to attack that one because it's still adjacent, so also 2 dice. And that's the final hit needed for yet another medal. The Russians need 2 more to win the scenario. And I guess I will move back into the woods for the additional cover. Okay, so I guess that was a good turn for the Russians, new card is going to be 3 units on their right flank. The Germans, an infantry assault might be something. Only be a temporary medal, but still. And they are very vulnerable if I do that to the others. But well, it's just in one section, but still. I guess I will do that. Well, they can already move 2, but in this case they could move 3, and I could move on to this one, and then I will have to hope and pray that I'm going to be able to keep possession of it. So I can, all infantry units, so this one's going to move 3, and thereby, of course, claiming the objective. But it's a temporary one, so if I am removed from it, I will lose it. I always put it like this, the other way around, so that it's, you know, it's more striking, and you don't actually pick up and clean up the board and see all those medals falling off. Okay, so that's a medal, and this one could also move 3, could move over here to support it and try to keep the objective. So I guess I'll do that. There we go. So neither of them can move, but okay. Fire, sorry. Their finest hour. Okay. Russians 2 units over here. I have to pick another one. 2 on this side seems like a good one. 2 here. Okay, there we go. The infantry unit. And tank probably as well. Yeah, I'll move out the tank also across the bridge. Remember that because of the blitz rules, allied armor can only move 2. Well, let me first start with the armor against that. Specialized infantry, 3 dice. That's 1 hit only. This one, I guess I will also attack. Well, that would be with 1 die. This one would be with 2. So I'm going to attack this one. That's 2 hits. So it was a good decision to weaken that unit as well. New card for the Russians, which is counterattack as well. Which they can play from their hand, by the way. Do the Germans want to play 2 units in this section? Well, maybe they do. Finest hour, you know what? I guess I will just try their finest hour. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 infantry and a tank. Okay, so I'll order this tank. I'll order this infantry unit. This infantry unit as well. And this one, I suppose. Well, moved that one already. Do I want to move the tanks? I sure do. Over here then. Yes. This one, move it up the hill for some cover. Okay. Yes, an extra die. So this one, 3, 2, 1, but it still becomes 2. That's 1 hit. The tanks against the tanks. That's 4 dice. 2 hits in the flag. And that also means that the German tank can do an overrun, also retaining its extra die. So there's more 4 dice, and that's 2 more hits. What do you know? So the Germans just need 1 more medal. And do I want to move on to the objective? Well, it's not an objective. I don't know if I want to move on to that bridge. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. To get into the woods, so I won't be able to be targeted easily by the Russians that are still there. Okay, so this one doesn't have a target over there anymore, but it would be 3, 2, 1, 0, but it's still 1 die because of the finest hour. It's a flag which it will ignore, and this one doesn't have a target anymore, but that's okay. I didn't think that the Germans would still be doing so well, to be honest. Of course I have to reshuffle the deck. Well, I have to admit I'm not very good at that, but I'll do my best and I'll do a little bit of shuffling. And yeah, the Germans get to draw a new card and they only need 1 more medal. And the Russians still need 2 to win the scenario. Okay, and the new card for the Germans is an infantry assault. What did the Russians have? 2 units over here, so could they, and then I'll pick, I guess, a move out. I could play counterattack from hand, but I guess 2 here is not even bad. Let's see if the tanks can do something. 1 against the German tanks, and then who knows, maybe even expulse the Brandenburgers from over there, and another one, I guess this tank too. Let's just be offensive with the tanks, which was the actual plan in this battle for the Russians, which to a certain extent they succeeded at, although they were defeated. Okay, first this tank with 3 dice. It's 1 hit. Well, then the other one is also going to, it could attack this one, but it's also going to attack the German tank. Nope, 3 misses. What do you know? Okay, so could the Germans, well, first let's draw another card for the Russians, which is 2 units over here. Could the Germans actually finish it off? Let's see, they need 1 more medal. Is there an easy target for them? And do they have the cards for it? They could do a counterattack, so 2 units over here. Infantry assault. All units here, well, which is the same basically, obviously. A counterattack, 2 units over here. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so this one and this one, and they will probably attack the same unit. So this tank is going to attack the other way around. This one, the Brandenburger, 3 dice, and that does mean it loses its enemy figure because it's basically revealing itself now. No, those are misses. The Russian figure is gone now. The tank, 3. That's a hit and a flag. Yeah, let's move over here, I guess. But since it's a flag, I'll attack it once more. That's 2 more hits. Well, so there's only 1 medal left for the Germans to be scored. 3 units here. Now what do the Russians have? Of course they could play a counterattack from hand. Counterattack against counterattack. I will do that, I think. Yeah, so this Russian tank against the German tank. And this one is going to hope for a flag and thereby move into the objective hex. First this one. 3 dice against the German tank. Oh yes. And now that one, now both sides need only 1 more medal. This one, 1 die against the unit in the village. That's a tank, that's a miss. This one also 1 die. That's -2 for the village. That's a hit, but not a flag, unfortunately, which they had been hoping for. 1 more card for the Russians, which is 2 units in 2 units over here. Can the Germans now score the final medal they need? They should be able to, with an infantry assault, for instance, which will allow this one to fire. Do I have a better option? Not really. I don't really have the cards I need for that, so I guess I will have to use an infantry assault, which of course is not the well, here in the center, and maybe I could move this one over here. Does that make any sense? Well, I'm not going to capture this bridge. It doesn't. That would be suicide, so that doesn't make much sense. Do I actually want to risk it? Well, okay, I could move 1 over here and see if I can still inflict a little bit of damage on that one, but of course the one that really matters is the one over here. And this one, of course, I'm going to leave here because it's actually procuring the medal. So 3 against this tank. Yes, and that's the final hit the Germans need to win the scenario. I didn't think they would actually be able to do that. They have the 7 medals they need now. 1 objective medal. This doesn't make any sense anymore. You can score more points anyway, so the Germans win by 7-6, so a very close scenario, an enjoyable scenario. It did play out entirely differently from the way I had expected it would, so if you watch my strategy video on this particular scenario, you will see what I thought might have happened or could have happened or would happen, but it actually turned out to be quite different. What is true is that the Germans managed to basically win the scenario on this flank, which they wouldn't have been able to do here, and I don't know, maybe I was a bit too enthusiastic with the Russian armor, trying to attack with it, whereas I just should have played more conservatively and stayed here in the woods, just making sure that the Germans wouldn't be able to do much there, because now in the end, because I was trying to be overly aggressive, I actually lost the scenario because of it, because of the final attack here by the Brandenburgers. Although, of course, had I chased it out on the previous turn, I would have come close, very close to victory myself as the Russians. Well, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and thank you for watching.